everybody. Welcome to your mat and to your practice for today. And once again, thank you to my two yoga angels for always being there, always sorting things perfectly. Nothing like having perfect angels in your life. So come and sit in a comfortable upright position where you feel that you can settle the base of the pose and allow the easing and internal space upwards from that earthing of the base to the lightness all the way to the top of the spine. So there's a sense of inner space within the abdominal cave, the thoracic cave, and the head cave, especially in the brain area, as if the brain itself is quietly floating above the spine. Your palms into Atmanjali Mudra. Relax, release the shoulders and lengthen through the back of the upper arms. And bring your head into neutral by slightly tucking in the chin and easing the back of the neck up off the shoulders. And in that quietness, allow the eyes to softly close. So you bring your awareness into the body, into those caves, those internal spaces, allowing with each breath the space to become a little bigger. The abdominal cave, the thoracic cave, the head cave. Free flow of the breath as you allow it to be full. And as you allow the breath to flow full and free, quietly begin to chant your internal mantra of Om. Allowing that mantra to begin in the abdominal cave, flowing up through the thoracic cave, and finally ending in the head cave. Complete your next exhalation. Release your hands onto your inner knees. And release your head to your heart as you draw the heart space up. Gently lift your head, open your eyes, and just come and rest your hands over the knees, cupping the hands onto the knees. Once more, relaxing, releasing through the upper arms to draw the shoulders broadly back and down. And maintaining particularly this space in the abdominal cave so that there's vast space here for the breath to, or the diaphragm, to flow down and up, thus creating more space in the thoracic cave naturally. From there, take your arms forward, bring your right index finger on top of the left, invert the palms away from you and squeeze the elbows towards each other. Fully open your elbow joints. Keeping the trunk absolutely vertical, bring your arms up. To wherever they might come, release the shoulders and squeezing the outer upper arms in broadly. Lift the palms upwards. Create space in the palms, like you want to break that interlock of the fingers, pulling the palms apart. But the outer upper arms resist that. And having settled the arms where they can come for today, just release the back of the neck and bring your chin to your chest. But once more, ease and open the heart space outwards and upwards. Back of the neck long and soft. Bring the shoulders into the shoulder joint and pump open your armpits. See if you can take the arms a little further up and back, up and back. Back of the neck long and soft. And then raise your head and bring the arms forward and down. And take your hands alongside you. Cup the fingertips onto the floor. Broaden the shoulders. Shoulders, shoulder blades down the back body, onto the back ribs. And raise your arms. Turn the whole of the arm up, right from the armpit arm. And look at your elbows. Allow your inner, your outer elbows, so in other words, inner, outer elbow, to be parallel to the ceiling. Arms away from you. Take your arms up and over your head. Urdhva Hastasana. Right from the base of the pose, settling down, ease upwards. Lock your elbows. If you find that the arms need to be wider to do that, do so. But ease upwards once more, creating that vast space in the abdominal cave so that as you breathe, there's more space for this thoracic diaphragm to descend into that cave, thus creating more space in the thoracic cavity. Keeping the lift, the length, exhale, turn to the right. And from there, bring your left hand over your right knee and take your right hand to the floor behind you. If you need a support there, please take one. Relax the shoulders. Inhale, lift the whole of the front of the spine upwards and pulling with your left hand, exhale. Soften the abdomen. That vast cave, let it soften now as it turns from left to right. Turn your head, look over your right shoulder. Tuck your right inner shoulder blade into the back to lift the heart space, to lift the sternum. And now keeping the gaze of the eyes on the horizon line, slowly with awareness, turn your head. Look over your left shoulder like you want to find your left inner shoulder blade and tuck it in some more and twist more. And then release, come back to center, take your hands to your knees. And from there, arms up, take your arms out to the side, levelize those elbows, arms up. And from there, turn to the left. Pin that outer right hip down so that you get tremendous space in the right side seam of the trunk. Right hand over your left knee, left hand behind. Now turn your head, look over your left shoulder and tuck that left inner lower shoulder blade deep into the back. Pull as you exhale with your right hand to twist more. And then with the gaze of the eyes quietly along the horizon line, turn your head, look over your right shoulder, tuck that right inner shoulder blade into the back. Lift your sternum, twist, go a little deeper. And from there, release, come back to center. And from there, cup your fingertips onto the floor. Press your fingers as if down and away to pin your outer hips back and down, to get a sense of the upper buttocks descending. But lift the sacrum, lift the front of the spine, and walk forwards. Come to your capacity. I'm going to turn to the side to demonstrate. So that in the coming forward, the front body must become longer and wider, as if the back body is coming to rest in the front body. So if you find that even going forward to here, that the abdomen closes and the heart center closes, in other words, the sternum drops, this upper back rounds, then rather stay here. Don't even go further forwards. Think of these two parallel lines lifting up equally. So the further forward you go, the more spacious the abdominal cavity must become. So keep coming back to this awareness of more and more space as you lift and spread your sternum, your collarbones. And from there, come up. Stretch your legs away from you for a moment, just to release and open the back of the knees. Dandasana. And then from there, cross your legs the other way. And let's repeat that process. Arms forward. Now bring your left index finger on top of the right. Invert the palms away from you. So it's like you want to pull the wrists away and bring the outer upper arms closer. From there, keeping the elbows locked, lift the arms up and over the head. Ease upwards from settling the outer hips down. Lift the side ribs, lift the front, the back ribs up. And then from there, how far can you take these arms back? Right from the armpit chest. And bring your chin to your chest. Lift your sternum. Open, spread and lift your heart center. Breathe. Each inhalation, lift a little more. Each exhalation, spread and broaden across the internal hips, the navel band, the thoracic diaphragm, the armpit chest, the wrists. And raise your head, bring the arms down, and bring your hands alongside you. Relax the shoulders. And once more, turning the arms up and out. Check those elbows, that they're parallel to the floor. Urdhva Hastasana, upward hands in Swastikasana. Easing upwards, like your back ribs are connected to your index finger. Lift the whole of the rib cage up and away from the pelvic rim. From there, turning to the right, keep both sides of the trunk equally long. Spread your arms. Now place the back of your hand onto the outer knee as you cup your right hand behind you. Settle the buttocks. Inhale, broadly lift the trunk up. And as you exhale, broadly soften the abdomen back and turn. Look over your right shoulder. Tuck that right inner lower shoulder blade into the back to spread and lift your sternum more. And then release, come back to center. Taking the arms out to the side, levelize those elbows, take the arms up and over the head, elbows locked, easing upwards, the whole of the rib cage. Lifting away from the earth, turn to the left. And from there, spread the arms so the back of your right hand goes onto your left knee. Cup your left fingertips behind you. Lift broadly upwards as you settle the buttocks down. Press the back of your right hand into the left knee. And as you exhale, broadly soften the abdomen back and turn. So feel each lift can create more space in that abdominal cavity. Each exhalation can allow you to softly turn. And from there, release, come back to center. And once more, cupping your fingertips in front of you. Biomechanically pressing the hands down and forward to pin the outer back hips back and down. And from there, keeping more broad, long space in that abdominal cave, come forwards. Adho Mukha, downward facing Swastikasana. And then from there, come back. Stretch your legs away from you for a moment, allowing the knees to open. And then come up and come and get your chair. Put your chair up against the wall. So that you have a support there, that the chair is stable. And from there, take your feet hip width. We're going to take the arms into Urdhva, breathing in to lift up the whole of the rib cage, creating vast space in the abdominal cavity. As you breathe out, the hands to the chest. So, come standing up, Urdhva, deep breath in. And now breathe out, take your hands to the chest. Ardha Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up, lift those back ribs as you pause with the breath. Exhale, down. Pause, front thighs to back thighs. Inhale, lift up, deep breath in. Really breathe in and pause to lift some more. Exhale, through the nose. Pause at the end of the exhalation. So it's almost like there are 4 stages of the breath. Inhale, that's 1. Pause, 2. Exhale, that's 3. Pause, 4. So each one of them the same for the moment. Inhale, deep inhalation, let it be audible. Exhale, through the nose. Pause. We're going to go a little faster now. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Now a little faster. Inhale, exhale. Audible breath, pump it. Exhale, inhale. Up, exhale, really fast. Last one. Breathe out completely. And from there, just step forward, either pulling the chair towards you to fold your arms over the backrest of the chair. Some of you might be able to take the forearms onto the seat of the chair, recalling that space in the abdominal cavity. Rest your head and breathe. Just let the heart rate, let the breath settle back to normal. And then from there, pushing into the chair, come up, keeping your chair up against the wall. You're going to step back for Adho Mukha Svanasana. Press the heels down, make the balls of the feet light. And now as you hinge forward, move the front thighs firmly onto the thigh bone. Like you want to push the thigh bones back away from you. Take your inner groins back, your outer hips back, and spread your back thighs, especially the very pit of your back thighs, where the upper back thigh meets the buttocks. Spread that from the inside out. Make that broad. Now, pressing into the balls of the feet, reach the heels away and come forwards. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. So you're onto the balls of the feet. Your hands turned out. So now your inner upper arms will externally rotate, looking forwards. Bring the middle buttocks to the chair. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Look up, look back. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, dog stretch. Press into the heels, front thighs back. Inner groins back. Spread the back thighs. Inhale, lift the hips high. Stay onto the balls of the feet for the moment. Now move your front thighs to your back thighs. and bring your middle buttocks deep into the body. Tuck the tailbone in and lift up, arch back. Firm legs. Inhale, lift up, and on the exhalation, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Now we're going to go onto the tops of the feet. So inhale, lift the hips really high and roll over the tip of the toes. Press the tops of the feet into the floor to take your front thighs back more. Lift your sternum. Breathe, arch back more and more. Inhale, lift the hips. Toes are light and spacious. Roll over the toes. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Last one. Inhale, lift your hips. Roll over the toes. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Front thighs to back thighs. Press the top of the feet into the floor. Lengthen and lift the side ribs up to arch back more. Inhale. As you exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. From there, step forwards. We're going to do that same sequence, but now to the floor. So for those of you that it is more conducive to do to the chair, please repeat once more to the chair. But for the others, come onto all fours, spread the palms, elbows looking at each other, but externally rotate those inner upper arms and come up. Press the heels down, make the balls of the feet light, heels heavy. Lift your outer hips. So front thighs to back thighs. Take those inner groins, moving them back and spread the pit of the back thigh from the inside out. Inhale, stay onto the balls of the feet as you come forward. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale. Press the heels back. Lift the front thighs back. Spread those back thighs. Middle buttocks in. Now lift the side ribs up and arch. Inhale, lift your hips. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Make the hips light to give space. Inhale, once more, stay on the balls of the feet, heels press back, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Press your hands as if away and down to bring that dorsal deep into the back. Inhale, lift your hips. On the exhalation, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Front thighs back. Lift the outer hips. And you feel as if you're lifting the ribs away from the armpits. Now we're going to go on to the balls of the feet. So lift your hips, roll over your toes like you did at the chair. Front thighs to back thighs by pressing the top of the feet down. Lift the armpit chest up. Middle buttocks in. Arch far back. Inhale, lift your hips. Roll over the toes. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Last one, inhale, light hips to roll over the toes, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. And roll over the toes, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Heels heavy, balls of the feet light, spacious abdominal cavity. And from there, bend your knees, come into Adho Mukha Virasana. Those of you at the chair can rest your forearms onto the seat of the chair. You've repeated that one. Breathe. And then from there, we're going to come into Supta Parambusta sequence. So take your belt make a loop with your belt, and this you will just have to check for yourself. And please have a foam, a brick, or a folded blanket alongside you. So we're going to start off with the legs in Supta Parvanuttasana. Draw the legs towards you. Lengthen, broaden the lower back, the lumbar, sacral area. Relax your shoulders. So I'm going to start with my left leg because it's closer to the screen. Taking your loop, and this is where you will have to just assess for yourself how large the loop needs to be. To put the belt, that loop, around the heel of the foot and hook your index finger, your middle finger into the loop so that you can push a little more with the inner heel away from you, and you have this purchase to be able to pull back and then straighten your right leg along the floor, coming to the wall. Press that right foot into the wall, and now press a little more through the inner heels and start to draw the leg towards you. If the loop becomes a little big, just take your elbows out to the side. So you broaden across the abdomen. This whole area spreads back. You broaden across the thoracic diaphragm. You broaden across the collarbones and draw this leg towards you. Front thigh resisting to the back thigh. Stand the back of this right leg into the floor and take this inner groin, pin it down to the floor. It's like you've glued, you've nailed that inner groin down to the floor. And then from there, just belt it to your right hand for a moment. Take that support, whatever it was, your foam, your brick, and slip it into that outer hip area. Put your belt into your left hand, and now keep the back body as it was. Keep the abdomen as it is, and take your left leg out to the left. So the more this left leg goes to the left, the more you must scoop the left buttocks into the body to keep this right leg exactly as it was in Supta Parvanuttasana 1. This inner groin, pin it down. This outer hip, press it down. And extend from your left inner groin to your left inner heel. As you breathe in, extend through your inner legs more and more, pressing the inner heels away from you. As you breathe out, turn the abdomen left to right. Bring the leg up, holding that loop, and you might be holding the loop here. And from there, take the whole of the trunk all the way across and over. So here you might have to shift a little closer to the wall, but also shift so that this left hip is vertically above the right, and get your left inner foot to the floor, left shoulder to the floor. Now extend through the inner legs, draw this outer left hip to that right inner heel, roll this right inner thigh back, like you're going to pin that inner groin away from you. And now inhale, lengthen the inner legs. Exhale, turn the whole of that broad abdomen right to left. Press into your inner left heel, raise the left leg up. Just briefly draw the leg towards you, release, let go, and come and lie yourself down. Just relax. Feel the difference between the left and the right side of the trunk. Left and right leg. From there, bend up both legs for a moment. Just adjust to see that your left foot will touch the wall. Take the loop, keeping the loop the same. One hip might be more open than the other, allowing that leg to come closer. But for today, keep the belt, the loop the same. Index finger, middle finger into the loop, the belt around the heel for today. And then from there, resisting this right front thigh back. So inner groin moves back, outer hip back. From there, stretch your left leg along the floor. Press a little more. So the inner groins move back, and from the inner groin, through the inner knee, through the inner ankle, all the way to the inner heel, reach away from you. And from your outer ankle, through your outer knee to the outer hip, draw that hip back into the socket. And now spread the elbows, draw this heel closer. Back of the knees long and broad. Abdomen, breathe into the length of your inner limbs, breathe out broadly, spreading the abdomen, creating space. Take the belt into your left hand for a moment, slip that support next to your outer right hip, belt into your right hand. And now, as you go to the right, turn your abdomen to the left. As you go to the right, let that support scoop the right buttocks into the body. And as you breathe out, broadly spread the abdomen right to left. Pin that left inner groin, nail it into the floor so that the abdomen back body remains aligned like it was in Supta Paranusa 1. Extend into your inner heels. Exhale, broadly spread the abdomen and turn it. Press your outer left shoulder blade into the floor. Raise your right leg up. Belt into your left hand, and now allow the whole of this left leg to go with you as you take this leg over. And then shift so that you have that foot into the wall, your left foot, and that you have your right hip above your left. And adjust. And now inhale. Lengthen through your inner legs. Exhale, broadly soften the abdomen back and turn it to your right shoulder. So use the breath. You had longer, deeper breaths earlier on, remember? So make some of these breaths longer, deeper. Deep inhale and then a sharp exhalation to turn the abdomen. And then pressing into that inner right heel, raise the right leg up and briefly draw this leg towards you and release, let go, and just shift a little ways from the wall so that you can just lift your head, check that everything is aligned, and then release. And just have a brief little touch in Shavasana to check both legs equally long, do the hips feel equally open. Then bending your legs, roll over to the side, come up, and you're going to take your 4 foams and your bricks for Setu Bandha Savangasana. So you've warmed up the back by doing those Adho Mukha Uttanasana. Take your bricks to the wall and have them hip width, and then your foams. If you don't have foams, fold your blankets so that you can get a height more or less like that. So it would be about a hand and a bit longer, so up to sort of the middle of your forearm. And some of you might be able to get to that height, some not. Come and lie to the floor. I'm going to put my foams this side so that you can see. Have your legs bent so that when you lie to the floor and you raise a leg, you can see that the legs are well bent. Take two of your foams or one of your folded blankets and put it underneath the buttocks. So it's low down. Here's my back waist, and there's almost the middle to the base of my sacrum. Check that the leg's still bent. If you can, take a third foam, slip that under, check how your back feels. And then if you can, take a fourth foam and put that under. Now, pause here. Grip the edge, the back edge of those foams, or grip your sticky mat. Pull on your sticky mat and come onto the top of your shoulders. So roll the shoulders down. Let the skin fiber right from the nipple region of the upper chest roll to the shoulders. Tuck your shoulders deeply underneath you, and then let go your hands. Pause for a moment. Be here. Abdomen, broad, long, settling back. Get a sense that it's like a vast pool of water. And water, when it settles into its container, rests back. The same with the abdomen, the abdominal organs. From there, if it's possible, stretch your legs away from you. Here I'm a little close, so I'll just shift my support and straighten the legs. Front thighs draping over the thigh bone. Heavy front thighs. Inner groins, outer hips moving down. And as you tuck your shoulders underneath you, ease the back of the neck up off the top of the shoulders. Open the whole of the sole of the foot into the wall. And as you breathe in, lengthen and spiral that energy away from the soles of the feet, all the way up through the legs, the trunk, the back of the neck, to the top of the spine. As you breathe out, broadly spread the abdomen. So breathe into extension, breathe out into expansion. Complete the breath you want. Bend up your legs if you have had them straight. If they've been bent, that's fine. Grip the back edge of your foams or your support if they're a little bit unstable. Grip your sticky mat. And from there, take both legs like you're going to tuck your knees to your chest and stretch your legs up. Abdomen broadly back. Spread, open your heart center and lift it towards your sternal notch. Lengthen your sternum. Open your heart. And from there, bend your legs. If you've been on 4 foams, lift up and remove 2. So you're on half that support. Keep the chest open as you lower your hips. Lift up, remove the whole of the support, and from there just lie down. Rest the lumbar spine into the floor. Feel as you breathe out that the lumbar spreads and rests down. No need to push it, just let it go. From there, draw your left knee up towards your chest. And now you can feel how the lumbar deepens into the neck. Let it go. Don't force it. Just let it release into the neck. From there, release the left leg, draw your right leg up. And then both legs. Lengthen the upper buttocks. You want to pull the buttock bones towards the wall. Soften the inner groins. Ease the outer hips back. Abdomen broadly back. So from there, you've got your shoulders beautifully tucked under. Grip the outer edge of your mat and pull on those shoulders a little bit more and stretch your legs away from you. For today, you should be able to have your feet into the wall. As you can see, I've got my bricks there. You can get rid of the bricks, but have your feet into the wall. And then tuck your shoulders underneath you and let the legs settle. Let the inner upper arms roll up and out. Take the arms at least 70 degrees away from the side trunk. And now breathe out as if through the soles of your feet, the abdomen resting back and the shoulders melting into the floor. With the inhale, just breathe. Long, smooth exhalation through the soles of the feet, through the abdomen, through the shoulders. One more. Normal inhale. Long, slow, smooth exhalation through the soles of the feet. The back body resting into the earth, the shoulders melting into the earth. Now let go even the breath. Let go completely. And now gradually allow the inhalation to predominate. So have a deep, full inhalation. And just let go the exhale. Breathe the breath into the body, filling the whole of this inner body. And just release, let go the exhale. Deep inhalation, drawing up your legs, put your feet on the floor. And just let go the exhale. Deep inhales, you extend your right arm over your head. And just exhale, melting onto the right. Deep inhale as you press down with your left hand, curl your spine to come sitting up. And as you exhale, cross your legs, your hands into Atmanjali Mudra. Now allow the breath just to come back to its normal rhythm. Aware of how the breath is flowing through your inner body. Is there more space in the abdominal, the thoracic, the head cave. Is there a sense of inner spaciousness, softness within those areas? Namaste.